show on the road. Okay, there we go. All right, folks, welcome to the Wednesday session of Success Meetup Tips and Tricks and Q&A. This is for kvCORE. My name is Brett K. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. This class is offered, what is it, 3 times a week that it's offered? Yeah, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So thank you for taking some time out of your day and joining me. So the format is as follows. I'm going to give you a tip. I wouldn't call it a trick necessarily, but maybe a best practice. Just have a little fun with your website. And along the way, hopefully you'll learn a little, get a little more comfortable with how to customize your website. And then I'll open the floor to a question and answer session. Folks, not a technical support. Sorry to say, it is a training support, just not tech support, okay? So you all are muted as a default. If that's an issue, let me know, but I'm going to ask that we all at least start with the chat. Let's change that to everyone. So we can all see each other's questions and comments and concerns, or if I need to repeat something. And this is what we're going to do. Check it out. It's really easy. And it's really easy to take away if you don't want it, but I put some bats on my website. I'm going to also show you how you can put a scary video, well, not scary, but a Halloween themed background YouTube video back here. But along the way, you're going to learn how you can put any video you want back there. Okay, so that might be a good tool too. So that'll probably take us 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll see what questions I can answer for you. Does that sound fair, everyone? I'm going to preface this exercise, thanks Trinity, with this article, and I'm going to recommend that you all click on it because I'm going to show you how to do it, but this article is going to help you do it. Okay, it's so much easier than you think. Trust me on this. Okay, so now that you've all hopefully clicked on that, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Right underneath these 2 pictures, I'm going to see if I can put this into the chat for you because this is the script. Please copy it exactly how it is. Let's see if this works in the chat. I'm not sure if it will. Yeah, it looked like it did. Yep, you're going to copy it exactly like that, which is also in this article. And I'm going to show you where to put it. You're going to hit a refresh, and that should be it. That's how we're going to do step 1. Okay, so let's learn how to navigate to get to where we even do something like that. You should be seeing the kvCORE platform now. I'm logged in as an agent, not an admin. You know, to look at it, it would look the same. You know, if you're an admin on this call or listening to the recording, what you have access to changes, but visually, the interface that you see, the UI, you'll hear it called, it looks pretty much, well, identical. Okay, let's take our eyeballs over to the left and let's find Web and IDX. Web and IDX. Let's go ahead and click on that. Let's not select any of the flyouts. Let's just go straight to Web and IDX. Now, if I have any admins on the call, do keep in mind in the inside upper left, right above where it says my website and IDX, you're going to have options to be viewing as agents in your office. You could view the office website. You could view yourself. So just always keep the scope selector in mind. For the rest of us agents, you don't have to worry about it. That should be your website that you see there, and that's it. Okay? So far, so good? Okay, good. Good to know, Trinity. I'll try to drop those little tidbits as we go through today then, since we've got an admin on the call. But, you know, you can do this for your own website. I could do it for one of your agent websites. I could put this on the office website. So for you, if I was here in the upper left and my office is whatever it's called, you type for it if you don't see it in the drop down. And then you can do the same thing at the office website. Okay, so the same process, same steps. Hopefully everyone's along with me. I went to Web and IDX. I haven't done anything else yet, just looking around, right? I'm going to look down here below. Here's my name. Here's my picture. And by the way, just as another pro tip, if any of you are looking right now at this and your picture is not in here and it's like one of those silhouette avatars, folks, let's get our picture put in there. So I'm going to give along the way when it pops into my head just some things to remember, maybe things to share with agents if you're an admin, or just to know. you got to do this through the profile setup section. That's where this photo is going to show on your website right here. Okay, so that being the case, all you got to do is click in the upper right on your name, any screen, doesn't matter. Click in the upper right on your name, and then you're going to come down and find the option that says My Profile. And let's go ahead and select that. And once you come here, this is where your photo is pulling from on your website. This is where you put the telephone number that you want to display on your website. This is also where, I'm going to scroll on down a bit, you put in the About Me on your website. And finally, where you set up your email signature for everything that comes out from the system. So if you didn't know that already, here it is. This is where you set it up. I'm going to scroll back to the top. I'm going to select Edit Profile. Now remember, folks, I went to another place. I left the WebIDX behind. I went in the upper right. I clicked on my name. I went to My Profile. And then I'm going to go ahead and select Edit Profile. This simple. Where that image, that silhouette is, if your picture isn't here already, you're just going to click here, and that's going to give you an option to upload your photo. You're going to hit Save. Then we can come back to WebIDX, and your photo should be there. That makes sense to everybody? So, you know, even for your agents, because Trinity, you might see some of your agents out there that don't have a photo. Well, we recommend that they definitely do have a photo and they don't have, you know, some blank silhouette on their website. So that's how you do that if you're curious. And actually, since I mentioned it, why don't I just share an article with you? So if I hover over support and training on the left and I go to Support Center, so I'm down below on the left-hand menu and I select Support Center, from here I can search all articles. So if I wanted to search, for example, agent profile, here it is. So I'll share this with you, but you know, just teach you all how to fish, so to speak. Here it comes. Click on that if that would be of some use to you. Okay. So what have we done? We went and made sure that we had a photo showing on our website. We did that over in My Profile. Where am I now? I went over to WebIDX on the left, and that's it. I haven't done anything else. So if everyone's with me to this point, let's do the next step. We're going to edit settings. It's right above my picture. See that up there? It's right underneath that little button that says widgets. You're going to go ahead and edit settings. Now, where we're doing this, folks, it's in a place called the custom header. And we talk about this in the article. Don't worry, you don't have to know code to know how to do this. It's super easy. We're just going to be dropping in this script I just shared with you into a certain part of your WebIDX settings. Okay, so the where we're going to do that is called the custom header. It's going to look just like this picture that hopefully you can see on my screen. Now back to the WebIDX, back to the we just edit settings. You could scroll until you see custom header. You want to know a little trick that you can do on a web page? Any web page, not just kvCORE. Like, let's say you're looking for an article and you're looking for some specific information in that article. You can do something, and this is with a Mac or a PC. For me, I'm on a Mac. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command F. This would be a Control F for you on PC. And I mean F as in Foxtrot. Now look what happened when I did that. Command F as in Foxtrot. This little dialog box in the upper right opened up. And what this does, I'm sure all of you know this, but just in case, I can search for any specific word or phrase on this entire page, which it's pretty long. You're going to have to scroll for days. So if I wanted to see custom header, just type it in, and it's going to drop you right down to where you want to go. Everybody with me so far? Guess what? This is it. All you got to do is copy that script I just put into the chat that you can also access from this article I shared, and you're going to do it exactly as it's indicating. Paste this code into the field, click save. So I'm putting that, I'm in my WebIDX, and if you don't want to do that, Command F, Control F, just keep scrolling down. It's not that far, about halfway down, and you're looking for the custom header code. Okay, so it's not that far down if you just keep scrolling. Yours is most likely blank. Don't worry, paste her in there, hit save, and that's it. Now, a little something to know about changes you make to your website. This might not appear instantly, so let's review a few of the things we can do to make that happen more quickly. So I'm going to pause my share for a minute. I'm going to pull up a little private document I have, and I'm going to share a little code with you that will flush your website when you want to see changes and they're not happening immediately. Okay? This is what my support team would do for you. So let's say I come to my website, and just so you all know, to find your website the fastest, just click on your name in the upper right, and it's the third choice down, and that's going to pull up your website. So click on your name, any screen. 1, 2, 3, pull up your website. So your first step, since we just added this code, is going to be to refresh. Really depends on a lot of things, whether it happens instantaneously or not. If you'll notice at the top upper left, I am using Google Chrome as my web browser, and that is recommended for kvCORE. So if you didn't know that, there it is. Will it work on Safari? I mean, yeah, but some things don't work properly. It's absolutely recommended that you use Google Chrome as your web browser for kvCORE. Okay? Okay. So now that we know I'm using kvCORE, Google Chrome, in the upper far left of my browser window, you have the back and forward arrow. Right next to that is a little circle that is chasing itself. That's a refresh or a reload. So if you hit that, that would be our first step. Let's see if the bats suddenly appear. Okay, if they don't, well, it can take up to 15 minutes if you do nothing else. A second step to refresh when you made changes on your website, hit, what is it? Is it Command-Shift-R? Yes. So for a Mac, you're going to go Command-Shift-R as in Romeo, and that's kind of like a hard refresh. Command-Shift all at the same time, R as in Romeo, and for you PC people, that would be a Control-Shift-R as in Romeo. That may do it. It might not. If you do nothing for like 15 minutes, it's going to probably show up. That's usually how long it takes to cycle through what they call a cache. Not like cache money, but CACHE, cache. It's like stores, places you've been on your website. So when you go back there or on your computer, that they can quickly pull up if they're already sitting there in your cache. We're clearing that so this code can take effect. So if that doesn't work, try this. Everyone see that in the chat? Exactly like I put it in there. You're going to copy that exact code. Then you're going to come up to your .com, like the end of your website, and you're going to paste it. And you're going to hit enter. And probably 99% the bats are going to appear. Okay, so and don't worry, it's not getting rid of any of your other, like, I don't know, web pages or passwords or any of that. All it's doing is just for this particular web page. So you can feel safe to do it. Hit a refresh, and that's it. You're good. Those bats should be there. Let me take a pause. Everyone doing okay so far? Kind of a fun little thing. We also do this around Christmas time. You can put snow on your website. Why not be in the spirit? And along the way, now you're learning, hopefully, to navigate throughout the web and IDX a little bit better. So cool. Okay, let's do part 2. That's going to be the video. And I am using this article once again, and let me share it once again. And if you're watching the recording, you should see these links in your chat transcript on the right. So we just copied that code. We found the custom header, we popped it in, we hit save, and we just refreshed our website, and hopefully now you're all seeing bats. What about a background video? Now, although I'm going to have our focus be for Halloween type stuff, the only requirement is that it's a YouTube video. That's it. So none of the other formats are supported right now this way at this time. So it does need to be on YouTube. So if you have a video, or you want to create a video, or you want to find a video and put that on maybe your office website or your personal website, it's real easy to add and it's real easy to take away. Which, by the way, before I move on from this part with the bats, let's say in, at November 1st, you're like, I don't want this anymore. How do I get rid of it? You just reverse. You're going to go back to your web and IDX, find that custom header code that you just pasted in. I'm going to highlight it, delete it, and hit save, and that's it. That's all you got to do to get rid of it. Okay, so at some point, you're going to probably want the bats off, right? So it's that easy. WebIDX, edit settings, find the custom header code section, and that's where your code should be. Okay? Cool. Back to my article, back to the point at hand. Well, what's the easiest way to explain this? It's really just this small little piece of the entire youtube.com address of your video that we're doing. And what we've done is we've given you 4 that you can choose from that we already made for you, that you're literally just copying this little bit of code. But let me show you how you could do it on any video. Okay. Let's pop open YouTube. Oh, there we go. I'm right on the inside real estate where we put this one, and I'm going to put this class, by the way. But what we can do is we're just copying everything after the equal sign. Let me go home. Let me pick a different one. Okay. Just give me to the regular YouTube. Oh, goodness gracious. What is going on here? Oh, I'm logged in as a different person. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Let me go to update setting. Yeah, turn on. Goofballs. Okay. So let's say I want to take one of these videos. Maybe it is an inside real estate or a kvCORE, or it's of your area. Actually, let's do kvCORE. I'm going to be class appropriate here. Okay, here's a couple. Look at all these people. Okay, cool. Free leads. Okay. Let's say I wanted to put one of these on my background image of my website. You're on kvCORE. This is the video I want. I click on it. What I draw your attention to is the entire address up top. I'm going to put this in the chat so you all see what I'm talking about. So that's the address of this video. If I wanted to add that video to my kvCORE, all I got to do is copy everything after that equal sign, which would be not the equal sign itself, just everything else. This. You see what I mean? See how that's the end of that address? That's all you're copying. Let's do another one, just so you kind of get the idea. So maybe I wanted to become a lead machine, right? I'd pick this one. Here's the whole address. But all I need to copy to put it on my website is this part of that address. Make sense, everybody? It's pretty simple, right? That's how, by the way, you do it on landing pages, because you can put a YouTube video on a lead gen landing page, post it to Facebook, and you want to put a custom video on that landing page. This is the only part you need to copy. Easy, right? I hope so. I'm going to go back to the article. So now here in the article, what we're showing you is the same thing I just told you. You know, here's the whole YouTube video. All you do is copy everything after the equal sign. So let's try one of these. Okay, these are Halloween spooky ones. A word of caution. I'm going to go for the first copy, and I'll put this in the chat and make it easy. You can do this along with me if you want. The one with the X, that's the one we're doing now. That's the real one. That's the Halloween one. Here is the full link, which you don't need, but just so you can reference. We just need the end of that, right? We just need the EXPAKON-1HU, right? That's all I need. So where do I go now? Oh, the word of caution. If I'm putting a video back here, be aware and cognizant of how long it is, and consider not everyone might have as fast of an internet as you do, or as fast of a computer that you do. I don't want it sitting there and waiting 5 minutes to load. It's recommended maybe up to 10 seconds if you got a loop is a better idea. No more than 20 max, 20 seconds of a looping video. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to loop that. Just keep that in mind. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Just be aware. I mean, nowadays, most people, their machines and their internet should be able to handle this. I'm going to navigate. Number one, I'm going to copy this again to my clipboard, or at least I use a Command C. You could use a Control C. You could just right click and copy it, however you do it. I'm going to go back to kvCORE. I'm going to start at the beginning so we're all familiar. I'm going to go back to WebIDX, And again, I'm going to edit settings, the same place we were just at to add the code. So if you're already there, you're already there. Now what we're looking for this time, I believe, yep, it's template. Let me get back to the top. Sorry for this. Hold on one sec. Hold on to your eyeballs. Okay, so in this inside menu, just to the right of the gray menu that we have everywhere, when you go to Web and IDX, you're going to see these little navigation tabs that will drop you down to that section on this long page. Remember I showed you last time you could do a Command F as in Foxtrot or a Control F as in Foxtrot, type in the word you're looking for and it'll drop you down. I could do that one again. For this one's pretty easy. Just pick 1, 2, 3, template, third one down. So you have general, testimonials, and then template. Click template. In the section for the background, let me try that again. Background video YouTube ID is right here. So hopefully everyone's with me, and I want to lose you on this. Remember what we just did. At the article, I just copied that short link for the Halloween spooky ambiance, haunted houses, rainy Halloween. And so I copied that. I'm just going to paste that right into here, and I'm going to hit save. If I wanted to remove that, change it, I'm just going to highlight it, delete it, so nothing's there, and hit save. And we're going to do a couple more times so you can see the differences here, but I've hit save, so now it's just a matter of refreshing. Now, this one, in my experience, happens a little more quickly than the bats for whatever reason. I'm just going to go for the refresh in the upper left, right next to my back and forward, to see what happens. Maybe it shows up. Not yet. So what was my step 2? What was it? Command-Shift-R for Mac people. Still not there. And what was my final one? I'm going to go back to the chat, and I used that flush cache. I'll put it back in the chat at the bottom so you can all see it. If you want, I mean, if you're patient, if you don't want to wait 15 minutes, I guess is what I'm saying here, we're going to use the same technique. So I'm going to come back to my address bar, my .com of my website. I'm going to paste in that flush cache, hit enter. That should do it. If not, it's going to be a 15-minute type of update, typically. Okay. Now look what it did. And this is normal. It didn't take me back to my home page, did it? No, it just took me kind of as if I was doing a search. That's how it works. To go back to your home page, I would just click on your upper left where your logo is for your brokerage, and this should do it. See how it takes a sec to load? Still got the bats. And now I have a cool little background. And I believe, I thought, oh, look, you can see the rain. Oh, that does look kind of spooky, doesn't it? Okay, there's one. Let's do another one so you can all be pros. Back to the article. I'm going to go back to the second one. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard. Back to my Web and IDX. I'm in that section, so I'm going to hit delete, put in the new one, hit it save. In the lower left, you've ever wondered, it's going to confirm and say, yes, your website setting is now saved. And that's what you want to see. Now we know our steps, right? I'm going to go for a quick refresh, see if it happens. I don't think it will, as we've all kind of experienced. I can do the Command-Shift-R, as in Romeo, for kind of a hard refresh. Again, I've been making some changes, so it's probably not going to do it. So what's my final? Now you're all support pros with kvCORE. I'm going to copy that flush cache from our chat, and I'm going to put that at the end. And by the way, if you see at the end of the .com, the index.php, get rid of that. Just make it at the immediately after .com, hit enter. And this should do it once again. Yep. Drop me back to a different page. I go back to my home page. And hopefully we are in business, and we sure are. Pretty easy, right? That's kind of fun. You know, you can put any kind of video you want back here. Let's do one more. Well, we'll do 2 more so you can see them all. What the heck, right? Now I'm going to copy the third one. Now this should be pretty easy. You're thinking, okay, I got this. Come back to my Web and IDX. I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to hit save. This time I'm just going to save myself some time and just go straight for the flush cache, right? That makes sense at this point. And you might not have to, but now you know your options. Let's see what our next one is. Back to my home page. Ooh, that one's kind of cool. The moon in the background. Some ideas. A little fun. I'm going to do the final one, and then that's pretty much it here. Any questions you have about anything we've done, of course. Otherwise, I'm willing to go any direction that you folks need me to go. Here's number 4. Again, I'm in the background video YouTube ID section. I'll even put this into the chat. And I'm putting that in. I'm hitting the save. I'm going back to my website. I'm copying that flush cache one more time. Because I guarantee you, if you reached out to my support team and said, I made these changes to my website and it's not working, this is what they're going to do. So now you know one more thing, hopefully. Okay, reset. I go in the upper left, back to my main home page. Let's see what the 4th one looks like. Got some kind of movie. And by the way, you have permission to use all these, so don't you worry. You know, I'm not hearing. I swore there was an audio option, especially if the video had sound. So I'm wondering if I have something maybe disabled on my computer. I'll have to dig a little more on that. But I'm not hearing anything through my headphones, by the way. But at the very least, you got this. Kind of cool. So then you say, okay, that's great and fine and dandy and all, but no, I don't want that. Fine. Go back, get rid of it, delete, save, and I'm in the background video YouTube thing. Hit a refresh. Maybe it'll take it easy this time. We'll see. Nope, didn't let it go. So now you folks definitely do know, I'm hoping. I take that flush cache if I don't want to wait around. Go back to my .com. I highlight, get rid of all that. Whoop. Paste, enter, return. This should bring me back to my static background images. Which you might not have known this since I'm speaking a little bit. There we go, back to these background images. Let's take a peek at that. I lied, and then I'll open the floor. Let's go and let's start once again. I'm going to start at the very beginning, go back to Web and IDX, back to Web and IDX. I'm going to go to Edit Settings. Okay, this is the top of my edit settings, and yours might look a little different if your brokerage has customized websites for you, which happens a lot of the time. You might not have all these same options. Nothing's broken. Someone spent a lot of money to give you some custom websites, what that means. But if you scroll down just a little bit, right past where you can pick the template color, right? Which, if you're particular, which I am, if you scroll all the way to the top, there is a custom option that you can do a hex code thing. So if you pick custom at the top, you can get exactly the color that you want your website to be at, by the way. But if you scroll down right underneath that, that's the background image selector. You might not have known this, but there's about 50 or 60 in here for you to choose from. And you can select multiple ones. You could select them all if you wanted. And what they would do is rotate as, you know, different people come to your website. Right? If I just hit a refresh, it's probably going to give me a new one. Yep. See what I mean? Now, if you add your own image, where does it go? It goes at the bottom of this entire list. So if I scroll down just to the next one, it says upload your own background image, not YouTube video, but background image. And we are giving you the stats. It's I'll put it into the chat just so you all have it. It's, what is this? 1600 by 650 is best results per pixels by 650 for the image is recommended for back images. There we go. So you can upload it here, but it's not here. It's going to be up above. So at the very end of this list, if I scrolled all the way to the bottom, oops, whoa, hey now, all the way to the bottom of this list, I would see it and I would just select it. And that's how you'd put your own image or images. I mean, you could put multiple ones back there and have them rotate. So that's it. That's my pro tip trick kind of thing. It looks like cool. It took me just about a half hour. That was what I was hoping. Do we have any questions about anything that I've chatted about so far? Anything I need to give further info on? Where to go to add a text code to your website? Look at you, Anthony. All right. Are you talking about this? This one? I'd be happy to show you how to do that. It has a couple steps in it. Because you first got to create that text code, and then we're going to take that text code, and then I'm going to put it in my Web and IDX section. Okay, you got it. Everyone know what we're doing here now? So he's asked to do something like this. Now, something to note, Anthony and everyone else, you already have this technically on your website under the sell page, where mine says find your perfect home up top and it says home value. That data, we use it for lead generation. You have the tech that your consumer can find. But for my mind, I'm like, well, I'm just going to put it right in front of them. So they don't have to, look around at all the stuff and just make it easy. So it's already there, but I'm just putting it in another way for them to grab it. I think it's a good call. If they feel like giving me a text, I'm going to get their phone number. They're going to get an estimate on their home. If none of you have done this yet, I recommend you do. Don't use your own emails or phone numbers for any registration that you do for testing, please. Because that's what we contact you with and from the system. You can put in your address, go to the next page, you're going to get asked for your information. I'm going to redo it. And, like, what's your email? If you want to see this whole one, I'm going to need your email. So let's call this home value test Encinitas@gmail.com. That's the area that I'm at. Encinitas test. I submit view report, and it's cool because it's not you. It's not kvCORE. It's not your brokerage. We have up to 3, depending on what type of public data is available, but Zillow's calling it 5.1. Atom is calling it 3.2. Sometimes CoreLogic will do this as well, and you might get 3, really depends, because this is publicly available data. But the idea is to start a conversation. So I do want to keep that in mind for your expectation. This is not a CMA on my main website, right? That's the next step once we get talking, because I might say, I don't agree with that, or I do agree with that. And they get some data here, kind of a heat map, buyer and seller market, some recent actives, recent solds. You might get this funnel, depending on how long your company's been using kvCORE. So we're pulling data across all our websites in this MOS. Decide, well, we've found that there's this many people that are searching. So just some cool data. So keep that in mind, that when we are doing something like this text code, that's what's happening. Okay? So first step, build text code. Okay, fair enough, Anthony. Yeah, I agree. In fact, I'll do it another time. I've created a custom page up here at the top that also said find out your home value. Just because some things like catch people's eyes differently than others. You know what I mean? Maybe they're more prone to do this instead of seeing the cell up there and going one more click. I could just text Carlsbad home value to this number, and I'm going to get an idea of what the most, that data for most recent solds in Carlsbad is going to get the ball rolling. I might be like, you're crazy, or that's exactly what I thought. So, but you can push it off and say, hey, that's not me. That's independent of all this. That's Zillow and that's Atom. But we're talking now, and that's the hope. Okay, enough babble from me. So let's get back to kvCORE. We're going to all navigate to the lead engine first, because we have to create the text code first. So you're going to get a little lead gen training here. So everyone go to your lead engine on the left. I like to go to all lead engine tools as an instructor, just so you get used to seeing all the options you have. I could go straight to call and text capture. It's the same place. But guess what? Before we create our text code, how am I going to get them to that sell page? Where am I sending them? I'm going to do that. The answer to that is through a squeeze page. These are just links to your website that are specific to you that you can reuse. Totally customizable. So your first step is, let's build a seller squeeze page. And then I'm going to add it to my website. So for my IDX squeeze page, first thing, unless you're an admin like Trinity, you're going to just pick your own name. If you're an admin, you're going to, type in or scroll for whatever office or agent or yourself that you're looking for, because this is specific to the agents. But it could be specific to an office if you were doing something at the office level. Okay. Rest of us, I'm picking my agent website. I'm going to start building. Now you'll notice at the top here, underneath IDX squeeze page towards the left, I have 5 different types of squeeze pages that I can build. You folks are going to probably all have, there might be exceptions, but 4. You're not going to most likely have my sold multi-property. This is kind of a brokerage by brokerage, MLS by MLS type option. And sometimes it actually costs to get this data. Not always, but if that's something important to you that you really want, reach out to your broker before Inside Real Estate and see if, they can reach out to us and find out what the steps are, if it's available. I'm just saying it if anybody was wondering, but for our purposes, you all do have the seller squeeze, and it's on mine anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the left. For you, it's probably 3 from the left. I'm going to go straight for the seller squeeze. And you know what, Anthony, you're not just limited to website stuff either. I put a text code on my email signature. Hey, just want to get the value of your home. You can put on a business card. I could tell somebody. I could do some lead gen and post it to Facebook. We're doing a different application, on our website to make it easy for folks. But don't limit yourself. You can use this anywhere, that you want. So I'm back at the seller squeeze. What's my first step? Well, over here on the left, it says page configuration. Now, if I was doing lead gen and posting this to Facebook or LinkedIn or Pinterest or wherever, we absolutely recommend you put in a source. Now, I'm building a text code, so I'm going to do something a little different. But let me give you a pro tip. If I was going to Facebook, I'm going to say so. So I'm going to first post one to Facebook for you, and then I'm just going to take that away and put it into a text code to reuse. Okay? Hashtag. Yeah, you should actually absolutely use a hashtag. These are our grouping system. It is our grouping system. It's the way you create your own labels, your own categories. And when I'm doing lead gen, it helps put them in a bucket beforehand. You're basically categorizing before they, as soon as they hit your system. So I'm going to use the area. Let's see what Encinitas homes are going for nowadays. So I'm going to use my area, Encinitas, and I'm going to say home value. So for a hashtag, you just don't use spaces. Hit enter. If you've created it before, you can just reselect it. Okay, so there it is. I gave it a tag. That means anybody that clicks on this is going to get an auto tag that only me, the agent, sees. That will say Encinitas home value. I'll at least know it's the area of Encinitas, and then they were, looking at value of their home. So it's the starting point. Location, don't expect a drop down. You're not going to get it. What you can expect is if you type for it, it's a keyword driven. That's how we can get it to load much faster. All right, so I see city, I see area, I see some neighborhoods. There's the city, my zip, some different areas, the way that this place is built. I'm just going to pick the first one. That's typically your best bet. That's typically the one that has the most listing. Encinitas it is. I'm done. I generate the link. Here's the thing. You get 2 links. Why? Which one should I use? When you're creating a text code, short link, 100% of the time. If I'm posting on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, anything other than Twitter, you're going to use the direct link. And this is key for how the ad displays. Let me show you what I mean. So again, for the text code we're about to build, I'm going to use the short link. The destination is technically the same. It's just how, building an ad for you works the format of the link would be probably the easiest way to say it. So I'm going to copy my direct link to my clipboard, the long one. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to check it. So I'm going to open up a blank web page, and I'm just going to paste her in there. I'm going to hit enter. I just want to see it. What do you got? Average home estimate in Encinitas is 3.48 mil. Get your home estimate report below. Okay, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. They put in their address, you get the address. So if I wanted to post this to Facebook, now that I've checked it, I'd just come in here, I'd go on what's on my mind, I'd paste in that link. It generates a quick photo for me, and the photo is clickable. You could change it, but the minute you do, it's no longer clickable, and you're going to have someone copy your URL. Just trust me on this. This is a feature request, because I know there's some markets that no house like that probably exists in, so that is happening. But for now, this is it, okay? How much is your Encinitas home worth? Click below to find out. I'd give them a call to action, like reach out if you want an accurate analysis, or not accurate, but a detailed analysis, something like that. I don't want them to think they're getting bogus info, because they're not. It's just an average of recent solds. We know how that can go. Want an a detailed report. A detailed report, right? So I post it, someone clicks on it. When they click on it, they get driven here, 3.48. They put in their address, then you get their info. You're going to get their email and their address if they go to this next step. So there it is. That's how you would do it if I was posting to Facebook. But if I'm creating a text code, I'm going to use that short link. I'm going to also take out that source because I'm not posting it to Facebook. It's on my website. So I might say, it can be anything, source. This is just for you, Brett's website, text code. You know, just so I know that anyone that did this, I know that they texted me from my front page of my website. But it could be anything. Okay? I'm going to regenerate the link to update it. Okay, we're ready to build text code now. So I've already tested it. I know it works. I'm going to copy that short link this time, the short link to my clipboard. I'm going to go over to lead engine on the left, and I'm going to call in text capture. Everybody with me? I'm going to open up 2 pages actually so I can go back and forth. We'll call in text capture. I have my code sitting on the other tab. Now I have call in text capture. 100% Trinity. And I don't think a post a day is enough. Trinity asks, do you recommend agents post a squeeze page daily for socials? 100%. Do you know on average, Trinity, now this is by no means is it always this way, this stat I'm going to give you, but at least for us, what I've learned, if you want to get to about 10 to 12 leads, your ad needs to be seen about 1,000 times. So Facebook personal, Facebook business, LinkedIn personal, LinkedIn business, Pinterest, Twitter, I would say 4 to 5 times daily. Same post to each one of the different socials. 100%. I do. And all of my team does. Yeah, it's essential for getting consistent new leads. You got to do it every day. So let's put that code we just created, that seller squeeze page, into a text code. So now I'm going to come over to the right. There's a little green button. It says add new. Does everyone see that? And a reminder, we went to lead engine. I went to call and text capture. I have that seller squeeze link. I already copied in my clipboard, ready to go. You're following along. I'm going to add new. Here we go. We're building our first code together. Now there's 2 ways you can build a code. One is an option for just one MLS ID. So if this was my listing, 123 Main Street, maybe I put the address in there and say, hey, text 123 Main Street to my smart number. If I put in the MLS ID, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to go straight to your website. They text 123 Main Street to your smart number. You just got their telephone number, right? Because they have to text it to you to get this code. But there's no message involved. But you don't need to do this. If it's your listing, we already do that automatically for you in our playbooks. If it's not your listing, you'd have to create it on your own. But if it is your listing, we've already created a custom text code for you and your new listing every time it happens. Maybe we'll do a class on playbooks again. I don't know how long it's been we've done it in this class. But what I like is the message option. And the message option, and remember, for these codes, we don't want the hashtag format. This is like a real code. So if it was Encinitas, that's my area, and you don't need to worry about case sensitivity, you know, low or high, or what do you say, capitalized or not, lowercase, they're going to work. Okay, now misspellings, no. Maybe it's home, maybe it's home value, but remember, they got to type it in, and there's always potential for misspellings. If you can do one word, you should. Maybe just call it Encinitas. But if I wanted to use that for all homes for sale, just something to think about. I'll see if this works, which I'll explain here in a minute, because we all share it technically, but these are unique. That means that none of you could create the code Encinitas after I already did. That's how it works. That's only yours and yours alone. So what would I do? I'd put in my code, my squeeze page link. Where did I get that? We just created it. I went to lead engine, IDX squeeze page. I went to seller squeeze. I picked my location. I generated the link. I checked it. I copied it to my clipboard. Now I just popped it into the text code. Now for me, I think it's nice to be a little more personal. I'm going to put in a message, you know, thanks for your interest, to get an estimate on the value of your, Encinitas home. When you are ready, give them a reason to contact you. Please contact me directly. And I would be happy to create a detailed analysis, ANALY. You never get that one. Analysis of your home. Right? And I'd probably throw in my name and my cell phone. I want my actual cell phone number in here. There it is. Okay, text Encinitas. Then I come down here below. You got to make sure that the smart number is showing in this field. Now, if you're Trinity and admin, she's going to see more than one. You as an agent are just going to see the only one. So keep that in mind too, Trinity, that you're going to have access depending if you have more than one office. Every office has a smart number. If a team also has a smart number, you might see more than one. And if you do, just pick the appropriate one, and that's easy to tell because when you click on your name in the upper right, it's going to say so. It's also going to tell you when you're building that text code right at the other page. So here we go. I think we're ready to go. I'm going to pick this number. I'm going to go ahead and add. In the lower left, my custom text code is added. All right, so far so good. We're almost done. Everyone doing okay so far? It's pretty easy, right? We just built a quick squeeze page. And remember, this will update always as your market updates, as your MLS updates. And that's for any kind of post we do. If I did a multi-property list today, here are all open houses, 3 million and under in Encinitas, California, that are a block from the beach, or that have a view, or that have a pool. I could create a link, I could put it in a text code, and it will always update because we're syncing with your MLS. Same if I posted it on Facebook. Every day you put it in, I could reuse these links next week. I don't have to rebuild them. That's why hashtags are important. So it's easier for you to go to your history when you're in a squeeze page. I mean, I have probably 1,200 of these that I built that you can see, oh, that's my home value one. Oh, this is when I did Oceanside home value. Oh, this is when I did just listed for $1 million. You see what I mean? I can just copy the link, open up Facebook, LinkedIn, paste it in, put in my call to action, post. Shouldn't take you about 2-3 minutes. Okay, getting back to the website, because we've been building towards this, right? Now that I've created my text code, and I know my smart number, that number, once again, go back at when you first go to call and text capture, it's going to tell you what it is, what one you're a part of personally. Even if you're an admin, it's going to say this is the office you're a part of first. 619-304-4988. So have that ready, okay, because you're going to need that here in a sec. So I'm just going to be saying text Encinitas to this number to get the value of your home. Everybody prepped and ready to do that? Correct, Trinity. Trinity asks, so after they text that code, they will receive the message portion. Correct. And then what they do, or what they'll have, is a click, like a tap, that'll bring you to your website that they would see then this. And if they went and actually put in their address, then you'd get even more info. Because right when they texted you, you got their phone number, but you don't know their name yet. I don't know even where they're looking. But yeah, you do, right? Because I said it was an Encinitas, so I know that they're at least interested in this particular area. But yes, they'll receive the message portion. And you should test it. But again, for the recording and for everyone, just don't use your agent's cell phone number that you have in your profile for this platform. It will not work correctly. You should use a real number, and you should test it, just not with that number. Whatever number is your real deal number, right? Okay. Now we're ready to put this all to the website, now that we're all ready. So you got the code, I got my number. We're going back to Web and IDX. Back to Web and IDX. We're going back to edit settings. So I went Web and IDX. There's my name. It's kind of in the center leftish. Now you'll have to give me a sec here, because I don't remember. I do, but I don't exactly what section. They kind of moved it around on me. So don't try to follow along for a sec. Let me just find it, and then I'll show you exactly where it's at. So I believe it's called the, I might have changed it on me. So sorry about this. No, it's not that one. What the heck was that called? Sorry, everyone. Just bear with me. This was off the cuff, right, Anthony? I wasn't prepared. So we can figure it out together, though. I swear it's down toward the agent section. This is where I renamed my web stuff. Instead of search, I put find your perfect home. You all can do that too. Agents label. Where is that? Listing carousel. Sorry, everyone. They moved it on me. Who moved my cheese? I thought it was right in this section. Extra search filter. Did they change this on me? Gosh, I thought it was called the no embarrassed website title. No, not the title. Website. What do they call it? Tagline. We still have that? No. Was it tagline? Here's my title. Anthony, I am so embarrassed. They moved where that section went. It was a simple field here. And you just put it in. You can put anything you want in there. And I thought, gosh, how embarrassing. I guess I'm gonna have to follow up with this group on that because I'm not going to leave you hanging here. I know we're getting towards the end of this. I swear it was right in here. I just did this not too long ago. Sorry, I'm going to scroll again, folks. I'm not seeing it anywhere in here. I totally thought this was at the top. Thanks, development. Don't tell the trainers. They're the ones that actually have to get in front of people. Core home, dress, mandate. I'm gonna see. I thought it was right here at the title, but that's just at the top. Like how I have look no further. I'm gonna have to follow up with you on this, Anthony. I am so embarrassed. They changed it on me. I promise you, it's just sitting right here. It was just like put in your tagline. And they changed it on me. Well, we got 3/4 of the way at least. Now you know how to build the text code. And I'm going to go deeper and find out why I can't see this here. I wonder if it has something to do with, no, that shouldn't make a difference at all, actually. All right, well, you got me. I'm embarrassed to say so. They moved it on me. We're hiring. Well, at least you know how to build text code now, and I'll make sure that I put onto the Facebook group deal when I do this post later today. Oh, there it is. Thought I was losing my mind. It's the homepage custom tagline. Here we go. Thanks for your patience, everyone. So that's what you're looking for. And it looks like it's in section, it's under agents. There we go. Sorry. Thanks, everybody. So when you get to when you first come here, you're going to come down to the agents on the inside upper leftish. And then I'm just looking for the homepage custom task line. So Anthony, all you got to do here now is be ready with that number. I created the one Encinitas, so I would just say text Encinitas to my smart number and whatever else you want. There it is. Whew. You hit save, and then we went through the stuff with the bats, right? Now, if it doesn't show up immediately, you know what to do. You can give it a flush cache. You can wait 15 minutes. And that is it, the homepage custom tagline. Whew. Okay, where can I find the recorded training videos? That, Trinity, is right here. And this is where I will update it as well. And we also have a Facebook page. If you're not subscribed to our Inside Real Estate Facebook page, we also will post it there. So you're going to see it right at the top later today. And this is all good stuff. All good stuff here. I think we're doing one tomorrow on sending out a spooky email, like a Halloween type, happy Halloween type email to all your leads. So that one's definitely worth showing up for. Thanks, Anthony. Hope that was helpful, everyone. Again, my name is Brett, and I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, you're right, Carol. That's probably exactly what had to happen. Either way, I'm glad we got it done together. So thanks, everyone. I hope you learned something new. I mean, heck, now maybe you could put some bats on your website. You learned a little bit about customizing that. Maybe you added a call to action. I like to call this passive lead gen. You know what I mean? Hey, if they want to text it, go for it. I'm going to get your telephone number, and I do want to help you out. But there it is. And you can do anything here. It doesn't even have to be a text code. I think that's a pretty good idea. You could just say, Yahoo or whatever you want right here. So it's a nice little, tagline. So thanks again, everyone, for your time. Hey, thanks, Trinity. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks to all of you for being here. If there are no other final questions concerned, I'm going to get you onto your day. I'm going to call this one a wrap, and keep an eye on that link I just shared, and we'll update this. And tomorrow, same time, I believe I'm going to look in the secret area. That tomorrow, as I mentioned, what is that? That's the 19th. 19th. Yeah, it's about some kind of spooky email or something that we're doing. So you want to learn something, giving people a reason to reach out to your contacts, that might be a good one for you. Yeah, there it is. Spooky special lead gen post. It's lead gen to scare up some new leads. So that's tomorrow's content. Kind of fun. Carol, it's going to be posted to this right here, YouTube. And I think this is, I've just started helping this team out on this. I think you get sent a recording automatically within 24 hours, but at the very least, it will be uploaded here to this YouTube that you could save and access at your leisure. Okay? Okay, thanks, Carol. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Hope to see you again soon. Be safe. Happy Halloween. I know it's a little early, but there it is. Take care. Bye now.